the most important thing for each and every person every day. Group meditation is very, very important. Group meditation is thrice more powerful than individual meditation. And pyramid meditation is thrice more powerful than non-pyramid meditation. And full moon meditation is thrice more powerful. Music meditation is thrice more powerful. Forest meditation is thrice more powerful. We need to do everyday meditation, and whenever possible, however it is possible, we should intensify the experience of meditation by using the pyramid energies, using the group energies, and using the nature's energies, using the full moon energies. And the more we do meditation, the better person, more qualitative person we become, the more aware persons we become. We expand our consciousness in meditation. Meditation is not thinking either materially or spiritually. It is not thinking about Rama or Krishna or Shiva, no. It is pure being, where there are no material thoughts, there are no spiritual thoughts. It's pure emptiness. Practicing of emptiness is Buddhahood. And meditation is the best time to practice emptiness. Buddha stressed the emptiness, the nature of everything as emptiness. The whole nature is not Maya, it is not illusion. It is emptiness and fullness. The two sides of the coin are emptiness and the fullness. Nothing is illusion. Nothing is unreal. The moment you say you are emptiness, it is not unreal. It is great reality. In effect, every entity, soul is pure emptiness. To be aware of the reality is that Buddhahood. I am empty, you are empty, everything is empty on the one hand, and I am full, you are full, everything is full on the other. It is not against nature. It is for nature. Buddhahood is not against nature. It is not retracting yourself from activity. It is being still in activity. Unless you practice stillness in stillness, you can't be practicing stillness in activity. So, meditation is the way to practice stillness in the stillness, and that gets carried forward in the activities. We maintain our stillness or emptiness in the midst of all the activities. We are in this Maitreya Buddha pyramid meditation temple. These are the two things that we have to understand. One is Maitri, and there is Buddhahood. Maitri is friendship. There are two types of friendships. One is unconditional friendship, another is conditional friendship. Both have to be practiced. Conditional friendship is not at the expense of unconditional friendship, or unconditional friendship is not at the expense of conditional friendship. We are living in many, many relationship roles, and these create special conditions, and they demand conditional friendship. Not to know about conditional friendship is not to have any sense. Friendship depends upon friendship. So, if you are going to come and kill me, well, I am practicing unconditional friendship on one hand, I am also practicing conditional friendship on the other hand. Therefore, if you want to kill me, I am going to kill you. I am not going to spare you. Because you are doing something harmful to me, I will do the same to you. That is a last resort. That is the message of Gita. If you are going to kill me, I will bear for some time, and some more time, and some more time. Ultimately, I am ready to kill you again. Yuddhaya krita nishchaya. Not at the first instance, but certainly it is not at all ruled out. If you are going to kill me, I am going to kill you. If you are not going to kill me, I am not going to kill you. If you are going to be friendly with me, I am going to be friendly with you. If you are going to give your life to me, I am going to give my life to you. So, in the word Maitri, in the word friendship, all these things come. To practice conditional friendship is to practice sense and sensibility. Not to know the difference between unconditional and conditional friendship is not to have fine sense. Living in day-to-day affairs demands a lot of very, very fine-tuned sense. So, Maitri is not just unconditional friendship, it is not just conditional friendship, it is both. Truth is neither full nor empty, it is both full and empty. So, Buddhahood is practice, to practice and to practice and practice and practice and practice emptiness. Meditation is the proper use of time when you don't have any other work, urgent activity in the outside. If there is no urgent activity in the outside, the urgent activity is meditation. So, any time is best time for meditation, any place is best place for meditation. You have to sit comfortably, make your body as comfortable as possible. If you are against your physical body, you cannot go into meditation. If you are for your physical body, you will go into meditation. If you are anti-body, you will not be pro-soul. Taking care of the body, giving comfort to the body. Body is the temple of the soul, then the soul is comfortable in a comfortable temple. So, the great Buddha has advocated the middle path. Neither eat more nor eat less, nor sleep more nor sleep less. And from time to time to time to time, be still in the body and the mind. Active life must be followed by meditation. Meditation should be followed by active life. No one situation has to be given a little more importance than the other. Every situation is as important as the other and should be given due. Buddhahood is beautiful balance. And we are all here to become Buddhas. We are Buddhas to the extent we are aware of our goals, that we have to become a Buddha. So in the word Maitri, there are two things, conditional and unconditional friendships. In the word Buddhahood, there is practice of emptiness. The more you practice emptiness, you have to see emptiness in others and emptiness in yourself. Others are of no value to you, and you are of no value to yourself. And you are of no value to others. Plus, others are of high value to you. You are of high value to yourself, and you are a very high value to others. All these concepts must be simultaneously held. That is the paradox. Spirituality is full of paradoxes. If you can't understand the paradoxes, then you can't understand the depth and the width of and the height of spirituality. Since it is so very paradoxical, it is very difficult to understand, but not difficult to achieve in due course. The more you interact with the Buddhas, the more you understand the meaning and significance and state of Buddhahood. One Buddha can be understood only by another Buddha. A non-Buddha cannot understand Buddha. You have to be a Buddha to understand another Buddha. And when one Buddha sees another Buddha, he understands that that guy understands you totally. Meditation is the answer for all the problems of mankind. There are no problems in the animal kind. There are only problems in the mankind. And we have graduated from the animal kind to the human kind. We have graduated into problems, a sea of problems. And in due course, we graduate out of this mankind. When you graduate from the mankind, you become a member of the Buddha kind. We don't use the word divinity in Buddha's language, because everything is always divine. You don't become divine. You become a Buddha. A Buddha means full of buddhi. Full of fine common sense is buddhi. Buddhi is spiritual common sense. Buddhi is material common sense. Buddhi means pure common sense in its purity. We don't become divine. When everything is divine, there is no particular meaning in calling the divine. The word becomes redundant. When the word becomes redundant, then you are into Buddhahood. When the word God becomes redundant, then you achieve your Buddhahood. When such terminology it becomes childish to you, then you have entered the Buddha's order. Buddhahood is quality. Buddhi is quality. Quality in everything. Constant improvement in quality, in how you look, how you think, how you stand, how you sit, how you eat, how you serve others, how you speak, how you listen. Jacking up the quality of each and every activity. Aware of that need to jack up the quality. In each and every activity, minutest possible. That is Buddhahood. So, this is the Maitreya Buddha Dhyana Vidya Vishwalayam. It's a world temple. Vishwalayam means world temple. Vishwa is the world, Alayam is temple. Dhyana Vidya is the science of meditation. Maitreya Buddha is when Buddha left his body, before he left his body, he told, I will come back as Maitreya Buddha after 2,500 years. The whole pyramid, spiritual society's movement is Maitreya Buddha. So again, let me recap. Maitri is not just unconditional friendship always. No, it is not like that. And it is not even total conditional friendship. It is not even that. It is an excellent combination of unconditional and conditional friendship. Number 1 point. Number 2 point, Buddhahood is practicing emptiness. Your emptiness vis-a-vis yourself, others' emptiness vis-a-vis yourself, your own emptiness vis-a-vis others, plus non-emptiness too. So, a Buddha is dedicated to practice of meditation and teaching of meditation. In Buddha meditation, everybody achieves the Buddhahood.